All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sunshine. The earth says hello. Okay, let's go. Upward spiral gang. You already know what it is, man. Come on, come on. This has been going on for such a long time that you guys know what the frequency is. You already know the vibes, okay? I don't even have to edit myself or, try to make myself look any specific way or outcome because I know these laws of the priest and priestess beast, and I'm going to share it with you guys today because I think having a few set of rules, some structure, some laws will give us all more clarity to work with, okay? And the more clarity we have, the more ingenuity we can create, okay? Let me just open this up, share the live link. Go. Telegram. Holla. Ain't no stopping me. What was that thing? Like, was that a Missy Elliott song or something? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Opening up the live chat. Let's see who's with us. Okay, three watching. Let's go. This is amazing. Amazing. So I have a few laws here for you guys. I think it's super important because this is a way for you to unravel your light masculine or light feminine, or your dark masculine and dark feminine, and finding an integrated unit between both. Okay. Really getting to understand the principles of the universe, the law of gender, the law of correspondence, okay, the law of vibration. And having these seven hermetic principles almost be like little pokeballs on our journey, right? Seven pokeballs, seven deities, seven chakra points. Let's go. Okay. And so you can think of your unique path working whichever way that you resonate with it. Shout out to all of the people who are actually hidden monsters and fae and, Dracula and, spiritual tantric tycoons and practitioners of ancient Taoist tradition and like, secret orders from, way, way, way back in the day that the lineage is still kept alive in those people. And, the future shamans of the world, the neo shamans, the future healers of the planet. I'm speaking to you guys, okay? I'm speaking to you guys. Yo, says Ryan G. Aaron says, my guy, love your videos on Art of Seduction book. After every chapter, I come to your channel. You help me break it down and give it a recap. Many thanks, my bro. Appreciate it, Aaron, man. The Art of Seduction is a great, great book, man. And the more I'm still diving into it, to this day, I'm gonna continue to break it down. I believe that there's a lot of gold nuggets there. And so, yeah, I'm gonna continue to break it down, man. It's such a text that has a lot of depth to it, man. But I'm glad I could summarize it and give you my perspective, bro. That's all I'm doing is I'm just giving you my perspective of it. And hopefully it resonates. And it seems like it does. So welcome, brother. I'm glad you caught me on a live video. That's cool. So anyway, the laws of the priest and the priestess beast, the highly integrated man and the highly integrated woman. Okay. Highly integrated, meaning you are not lopsided. You are not caught in this game of polarity. You are the cause point, the center point. Okay, the straight and narrow path, the middle path, whatever you want to call that thing. Okay, it's the Tao, it's the pathless path. Okay, because it is you. And if you understand that you are the journey and the destination at the same time, you stop to worry about what's there on the other side of this thing, right? Like oftentimes it's a question mark, but for the savage shaman, for the priest or priestess beast, They understand I'm okay with facing the unknown because this is what I've done my whole life is trust and surrender to the universe or the higher power and really guide myself along with a certain like list of tenets or list of principles or philosophies I live by, right? Something to guide me on my journey of life, which can be like rolling a dice, right? It's completely random, like where we end up on this thing, in this video game hologram thing, right? However, I think these laws are going to start to make sense. Number one, you've been taught that being an outcast, being weird, is a bad thing. Okay, therefore, you've been trying to conform and fit in and become like a normie NPC guy or gal to try to merge with other people, merge so much that you lose a sense of your individuality, right? Your sense of inner strength. So I would say weird is identity. Okay. Weird equals identity. The word weird originally it meant rare or unique. Okay. So you got to understand that if you're constantly like going towards different things and being very reactionary and you're like this product is great, no this one, no this one, and you're splitting your attention like that, you are caught up in a kind of a halo effect. Okay. Now what the halo effect is you put a halo around the person, right? You idolize them, you iconize them, you lose your own sense of humanity and you put them up on a pedestal of humanity. Okay. So when you notice that you're in this culture of celebrity worship and you're like, I need to pray to something or believe in something, or I like this message of this music, but it's kind of cringe. Like, I don't want my friends to find out about it. There's still some weird agenda going on, right? Because music unlocks your memory loops. It gets you to feel old nostalgic hits of dopamine that are stuck. Like, I almost think of like a back of your mind, right? Like the subconscious locker or whatever. So I think it's a great idea to remove your starstruck stance, trance, right? Trance stance. Remove your starstruck trance stance, okay? Be the glowing one, be the shiny one, be the orb. Just show up as you are. I think it's weird, man, when people try to like close themselves off or they get so into their own inner bubble that they just cut everybody off. Um, Probably because I recognize that quality in myself, that hermit quality. But this is the stereotype we're trying to break, right, guys, with this archetype. It's a new archetype that I'm giving into the collective unconscious, like sort of like run with it, guys. Like, let's see how we can evolve this thing. Obviously, we have the tenets down at Primal Sutra, but make sure you use this quality, right? If you were to carry this essence with you, this quality with you would actually get a lot more productive, a lot more flowing, and create a lot more momentum. Okay. So, number one, weird is identity. Number two is remove your starstruck trance. Number three, you got to have a good vibes track record. Okay. This means you know how to synthesize and stabilize your vibration. You know how to stay in momentum. Okay. You know how to create social momentum. You know how to create monetary momentum. You know how to create musical momentum. Okay. So, a way of understanding when you're stepping on the accelerator and the brake in this thing, right? To understand your rest action potential is important as a priest or priestess beast. Okay. Because, hey, some animals like the lion, they just need a lot of time to rest, but when it's time to go, they go, right? And it's all in the mindset. I'm there for the hunt, right? So, but then another animal might not even prefer a hunt, right? They forage for berries and so forth. So it's like you got to really understand that you are a social animal, okay? You behave in certain patterns from past memories, trauma loops, different social loops you're a part of. It's all a bunch of loops, man. And if you can break through some of those loops and create newer ones, you start creating this I don't know what to even call that, right? The microcosmic orbit, right? The fucking Dharma wheel. You start moving that shit forward, right? When you have good vibes, man, it's like everything else becomes, I don't know, like more melty in my hands. You know what I mean? Like it softens it. You know, awakening is a series of softenings, right? A series of like, it's not making my shell stronger, right? My mask stronger. It's almost like mask off, fucking mask off, right? It's that more so. So I would say being a socially aware shaman, okay? The shaman is the one who knows. They understand when someone's feeling uncomfortable, right? So they calibrate it back. They understand when somebody's trying to yell and get attention, and he or she knows how to handle themselves in that situation, right? It's social awareness is an intelligence, right? It's something to work on. So you got to get those reps in, man. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. You got to get those reps in, man. You got to start talking to people, just people in general, and sharing what's really going on the inside. Okay. And if they reject you, fine. But what if there's some great friends along the way because of that? Because you chose and decided to shine, the right timeline showed up. All the right friends, all the right people, all the right locations, right? Okay. It's probably happened to you before, so you can do it again, right? The NLE Chopper song. You do it once, I could do it again. Okay. So I would say shamans are actually have an easier time communicating. You know why? Because they're probably empathetic to the entire environment and what's going on. So they are spending probably a lot of time in their internal world just comprehending all of these different energies, right? So in that moment, you can't let the right brain hit you as a shaman. You got to go midpoint, left brain, right brain together. Okay. We saw this great picture of Gojo, right? With the red. Well, let me just show that image. Ryan G, could you share that image again with me? Do you have that image? Uh, red. Let me just see if I can find it, guys. Man, I knew Gojo would be a code in this thing. We figured this out last night. But again, I want to share this with the audience too, right? And this is not adepts only stuff. I just want to give you guys the value and understanding of what we're doing. If you're Jiu-Jitsu Kaizen fan, you'll know this guy. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this image, right? So this image is so powerful because it's one closed fist, one open fist, right? So it's the yin and the yang, the masculine, feminine. It's the fire, the water, the stoicism, Taoism. It is the priest or priestess beast, okay? Now, sometimes to show the middle path or also a symbol of commitment from Bodhidharma story, Heike, student, chopped office. And so we go like this in our path working sometimes. This was from my mentor, AZD, previous mentor, who spoke about that story. And so I adopted it in within our own context. But now I'm sensing this is such a powerful symbol, man. Right? Like just doing this gives me such an important energy shift because we also work with the violet flame, and red and blue together creates violet, right? And yeah, man, such a powerful imagery right here. Let me just stop sharing for a second. All right. Okay. So let's move on with this. So you have to give yourself leverage, right? You have to allow yourself to feel as a social shaman, but not let those emotions overwhelm you because you're trying to break it down, right? You have to symbolize it, simplify it, and put it into practice. You symbolize it, you sigilize it, right? Whatever the energy you're feeling in the moment, you sigilize it. You can either throw it away, then you can burn it. You can do something with it, right? You can put it under your pillow and go to sleep, take a nap. right? So in the moment of these social encounters, you do a mudra, you allow yourself to step into your shamanism. Don't hide from it, right? Don't be like, they might ask you, what are you doing, right? Why are you doing those hand gestures? Oh, I'm really interested to know. Whatever. That might even be a conversation starter, but that's not even the point. You get what I mean? Like, that's not the point. You're not trying to impress them with what you do. You just do it. You know, that's a part of your norm. It's like, don't get caught up in the starstruck trance, like I'm saying. The halo effect is a dangerous one, man. It's a slippery slope, right? It's a very slippery slope. So you got to watch out for that stuff, man. You got to humanize people. They're just like you, okay? They really are. They really are. Now, maybe they have some benefits in the spiritual world, right? They might be tapped into many different energies and frequencies. However, have they been able to activate those energies and frequencies to their full potential? You see, you might be working with, like, I don't know, water elementals, but not even realize that you're working with them, right? You might be having certain guides on your side who are protecting you, like guardian angels of sorts, and not even know it, right? How you gonna hide from outside a club? You can't even get in, right? Shout out to that song, man. Legal. Yellow, bottle, yeah. Yellow, bottle, yeah, whatever that song was. Look at me now, right? Chris Brown. So fix your leaks, man. We all have energy leaks, different ways that our energy spills out, and we recognize it, man. Like, holy shit, am I being like my parents right now? Right? Or like, wow, I saw myself doing this like when I was 12. Or like just a random moment where you catch yourself in your own ego-ness, right? In this hologram, you notice the ego-ness in the self, the persona or the mask that it's trying to preserve itself with, right? It's the ego preservation mechanism. The walls go up, and the walls in the heart, I mean, close, and it goes up to the mind. The mind becomes the one that closes the heart. And so people are living up here rather than actually trusting in the process of divinity, truth, love, higher levels of energies, more abundance, right? So this is really important to understand as a priest or priestess beast, because your energy shifts, okay? It changes, all right? Ooh, shout out Prosper P. Let's go. Wolfgang, golf wing. All right. Social anxiety is selfishness, bro. Straight up. You're worrying about what others think of you. Huh? What about listening to others? wait. Have you thought about like how you can impact the world? Right. And I'm talking to a specific version of myself. I'm like, I have him in a chokehold right now. Right. Listen, bro, you're really saying that you're socially anxious to talk to people when you were a social creature and it's in your DNA, right? And social conditioning and programming makes you seem like you, that's just, I can't do that. That's, you give yourself some excuse. It's my age, it's my country, it's my culture, it's my this, it's my height, it's my, libido, it's my functioning, it's my this. And you come up with some excuse that you put up on a pedestal and you make that excuse your God. You make that excuse your deity. And that deity follows you around actually. So what you got to do is you got to block off the circulation to that energy's power by stopping to think about it. How do you stop thinking about something? You erase it from your memory. You go with your eyes left and right. That's how you erase a memory, by the way. The amygdala starts working when you go like this with your eyes and they're closed. Left, right, left, right. Like you're scanning a room, right? You ever been into a room and you have to immediately scan it to make sure that everything is safe, everything's okay, where the exits are. You know, people with high anxiety or very people in high pressure situations, they've got to notice these things, right? This is what a lot of veterans say about PTSD, right? They suddenly get a jolt or a shock uh, once in a blue moon, right? It happens. So this is the weird way that our minds are constantly like following us, right? Like our old mind is following the newer mind. And sometimes the older mind is just bringing the person so back into the past that they can't be present, right? Or it's taking them so far into the future that they're getting distracted, right? So the real key here, man, is feeling fulfilled, abundant, complete, free, and understanding you don't need nothing from nobody. I don't need nothing from nobody, bro. Okay? I need nothing. I am everything. Okay? I am everything and nothing at the same time. Okay? I am 0 point double infinity. The 8 hertz per second, 7.83, which I round up to 8, which is the solfeggio frequency of this planet. Now we're starting to understand these flow state codes all coming together to help us generate ourselves and regenerate ourselves. Because it's through becoming completely empty that we get towards the infinity. You guys get that? It's only when we empty ourselves completely that the infinity emerges. Before, we're holding on to some piece of the puzzle, which is coloring the lens of the way we look at the world, right? So you might be only looking from your carpenter, and you're only seeing from your carpenter lens at your relationship. You need to take those carpenter lens off and be like, I don't know, like if you're working with wood, you can be the sexy lumberjack. Why not? Like bring out the better archetype, right? Because your archetype is stuck, right? I'm sorry, bro. It's just like it's there, right? You can't change it. You have to make it better. You have to transform the current archetype into a better one, right? So if you're stuck with the archetype of like, you're forced to be an athlete, your family is athletes, it's like, you're pushed to do that. You really want to play music, but you can't say no to your dad or whatever, right? Like imagine that reality for someone, right? And really get that all of his lineage is telling him he's got to be an athlete. He's got to do it like this. Now, one day, right? He shows up to training with no agenda, right? And he sits down on the mat and he starts just humming, right? In his own internal world. And something shifts inside of him and he starts exploring certain sporadic movements, like different dance gimmicks and random things to move his body around. He's channeling. Little does he know, he's channeling. He's channeling that version of himself, the truer version. The higher self is speaking through that moment of silence where he gets away from the rehearsal of the, last night's game and like looking through all the points of the opponent. Outside of that, right? His subconscious mind opens up in that moment and then he realizes, understands, reflects, and then his brain starts to rewire or her brain starts to amplify, right? So this is I shared the story. It's quite random. I don't know where it came from, but I really think that it's important for all of us to understand these moments of solitude that might even be a little bit self-imposed, right? And one reason might be like, okay, your ego doesn't want to get hurt and so forth. Another reason, though, it might be a spiritual reason. And this is what the reason is for me. I have work here to do in my home. Okay? There is still work to be done here. Spiritually, I mean, as well, right? And once I get the piece of this puzzle, I realize it's not the space around me. It's the mindset I hold. Because I could be in a totally messed up state, lacking only like 1 hour of sleep, you know, strung off of like, I don't know, caffeine, jerked off 5 times the other day or something. Let's look at the very, very grotesque state. Let's say, you know, um, got drunk, blackout drunk or something, right? Completely frazzled your ego down, like just destroyed it, right? You went into an unconsciousness in that moment, let's say. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, you know what? I want to do things differently. Right? So it's like you waited for that crisis moment, right? In order for you to show up and crush it. You waited for you to hit rock bottom so you could tell yourself, only way to go is up, baby. Okay. So understand it's not easy. And I understand the energy of it. I was very privileged growing up, and I'm very grateful for that. I don't forget it for a single day. Um, I've always felt divinely protected in my life. I've been into very dangerous situations in my life, and I really think that I was saved every single time, because it was the divine really protecting me and really believing in me, trusting in me. It's our own mind and the guilt and the shame within our own mind that ends up being the figure of authority that locks us up or something, right? It's that imagery of that shows up in your world. So it's really a relationship with how you choose to authorize yourself, how you choose to write this code, right? Rewrite the avatar, because the priest beast is never done just growing or whatever. It's just being. That's its state. Its state is blossoming. Its state is growth. You guys get that? It's not like I need to grow. I'm trying to get to grow. What do you mean you're growing? Bro, right? And shit gets so depressing when you get lower level consciousness storylines get into your mind, right? Can't let that thing get to you, bro. It's the same thing with the starstruckness, right? It's that same energy, right? What do I think of MGTOW, brother? I have mixed feelings about it. I honestly think that men and women should be working together instead of apart from each other. I think for some people, it's very valid. For others, it's a cop out. Okay. And we are interdependent creatures, man. We're social creatures. So going your own way, it's going to be a long and lonely path, my friend. Okay. I'd rather have a tribe around me, you know? I'd rather have people in my life who I resonate with, because I don't want to separate or segregate myself away into a certain group think or a hive mind mentality. Now, this is purely my opinion, brother. You're named MGTOW Brotherhood. So it's like, I get it, right? I get the whole reasoning behind it. I get the red pill ideology around it. But man, I've stopped eating all these pills and I've become the scientist who makes them. I'm taking the God pill, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what about WGTOW, right? Women going their own way. How do you feel about that, bro? It's like, you know what I mean? Why are we going the opposite direction instead of joining hands in unity and understanding each other like Mars and Venus, right? Venus. The Martians and the Venetians need to get together at a party and mix it up. There's no hierarchy, brother. I don't know which one is better or worse. You know, is black pill better than red pill? I don't know. Better according to who, right? It's a relative thing. But again, man, yeah, I've stopped swallowing pills. I've started creating them. Okay. Eureka! I did it. Did it? Get out of my laboratory. Okay. Straight up. So let's move on. Ego preservation, good vibes, staying in momentum, staying in your own lane, but also understanding that that lane can shift. You're not stuck to that lane. You just understand that the lane has different paradigms and ways that it goes and the ways that it moves. It's also, you guys know that in the Dragon Ball Z series, right? There's the Dragon Path, right? And that's similar to the imagery that's coming up for me. Hold on. Let me show people. Snake Way, right? Okay. And honestly, this is like a video game level or something, right? And like Wario or something like that, right? But yeah, the energy of walking across the Makara's like the visualization I got, the energy of the Hindu Makara, right? And I'm walking on the path, using this path, right, to guide me to where I really need to go. But the path shifts, as you notice. It's a winding road, right? It's never just one way. It's always spiraling. This is like the sine wave of life, guys. You get that? The rhythm of it. So life has ups and downs and shifts in season. And whatever we latch on to and we spend our time thinking about, we start to shift through this matrix, as we called, right? The matrix, the mother's tricks. Okay. So the matter and consciousness playing together. So, oh man, look at, whoa, the Piccolo, Drago. Woo. Damn, that's lit. Talk about halo effect, huh? Actual halo on his head. Oh man. Oh man, what a great character as well, right? Master Roshi. Just like incredible, incredible character. Yep. I mean, look what he's wearing, right, bro? Straight up. A bunch of letters with triangles on it, like straight up Hawaiian shirt, don't give no fucks, right? Has a staff, right? Has a turtle backpack, right? Man, okay, that's wild. Hey, young Hefe, been a minute since I caught a live. Best rising ritual ever, and we always rise high and on that glorious grind. Absolutely, bro. Hey, stay afloat, bro. Stay afloat. Right? There's some floods coming. And we got to be the silver surfers through this shit. Like, really. The planet is becoming weird, bro. Look at what's happening in Bangladesh. Like, fucking weird, right? Who's opening these glitches? Okay. We need to stay on the path of the most high, the most divine, and let the divine guide us and not allow prejudice and dogmatic earthling thinking, okay, to get in our way, bro. We're straight up intergalactic in this, right? Why are we playing by the human rules? Okay. Yes, we must have humanity. That's a baseline, though, bro. What? Yes, I'm a humanitarian. I'm a humanist. I believe in us for a change, right? A lot of people don't believe in us. They're like, humanity's going to shit. You know, living in that misanthropic reality. Bro, if you hate humanity so much, you probably better point that finger towards yourself. Why do you hate yourself so much? Right? Like that's real, me saying that, you know? Because it's through the lens of which you see the world that it starts to affect you in that negative construct. You could be like, why did that bad thing have to happen to me? People still don't know an answer to that question. People don't know an answer to that question. You can't ask someone that and expect an answer. Why did that bad thing have to happen to me? That's completely spiritual in nature, why that happened, but it's hidden from you, right? This is what I've decided, guys. And the thing is, when you decide something in your mind and you make it a must and you understand it, you're not stubborn, right? You're not like clinging to it, but you've really made it for yourself. You can keep going back to that loop, right? You can keep going back to that portal. You can open up that chamber in your own heart, right? Got a big download this past week and learning to be at mercy to the universal flows. Yeah. And putting the reactive energy through dark times into potential energy. Yeah, man. Your value is what you invest in, brother. Straight up. It's like you got to know if you're spending times with the darkness, you got to let it become almost like a random fuel source that's starting to emerge and bubble, but then you have a construct around it. And then you can, once you have a construct around it, you can help it to move and like you can weave it, right? And you can make it almost a potential reverse energy too, if you're a great shaman at this, right? You transmute the darker into the light, right? You melt it with humor or like a lack of importance for its presence, even sometimes, right? It wants your attention, it wants that reaction. So if you don't give them that, it's like they're like, come on, right? Then maybe that energy even tries to threaten you times. Man, it's never a threat. It's always a challenge, bro. You know? Why are you choosing that word? Because that is actually making it seem more dangerous in your mind than it is. What if it's not a threat? Right? And when it happens, what if you just got surprised? Okay? Random things I do believe happen in this universe. However, at the same time, I think that there are these paradoxical laws of like everything happens for a reason, but random things also happen, right? And I think we have to merge this paradox. It's like, don't spend your time trying to figure it all out. Like life is a paradox, bro. Like life is a mystery. We're never going to find it all out. It's just bask in the non-knowingness of it. Like, fuck it, it's an adventure. Like, I'm going to create my video game out of this shit, right? Why am I waiting for somebody to like tell me and give me permission to gamify my life and make it perfect, right? Do you think men need a community more than a family? I think that's an individual preference, bro. I don't think that men in general, overall, I can't speak for all men, bro. I don't know. But I would say that community is important. Community is very important, but family is also, I believe, very important. The family system has been breaking down, of course, and just a lot of, again, it comes from the energy of unhealed trauma. I truly believe that, man. Like a lot of dysfunctional families are unhealed people, you know, just yelling at each other and stuff. It's just like bringing that toxicity out of each other, right? And just sharing in the shadow fun rather than understanding real embodiment, light, joy fun, right? Like, and so I think it's more so how that community or family carries forth that essence within themselves, right? How does a community or family raise their state of awareness and consciousness and stay there, right? And are they able to look at their gunk and be able to shed that extra skin, right? To truly transform. These are great questions, man. Thank you for asking, by the way. No, I'm not personally opposed to marriage or family. I don't think so. I don't think so. I say I don't think so because I don't know. Maybe there's a subconscious reason that I don't know that maybe I'm opposed to it. But nah, you know, for me, it's like if it happens, it's gonna happen, but I'm still gonna live my life, you know, I'm gonna chart my path through this thing. So if family happens, if marriage happens, oh sure, whatever, right? But it's gotta be with the right set of principles, you know. You gotta really create a relationship framework that's not too constricting for the other person, right? You don't want to like trap them there in your weird, you know, I don't know, whatever you got going on, you know, your gas chamber or something, you know. You don't want to like you send her to the, you know, data center or something and have her sit there for a while as you do your work, you know. However, it's your life, bro. You make that choice, you know. You do what you got to do. For some people, the idea of joy is just sitting around, right? Just doing nothing. They enjoy that. Let them do that, right? You got to get to work. You got to pay the bills. Yeah, why are you imposing your will on this random person who wants to just sit around? Don't you have any gumption, bro? Don't you have any drive? Don't you have any willpower? Okay. Yo, I'm just chilling for a second. I'm gonna get back to work. Okay. You demand and command for your own self state of awareness, wellness, and your time, right? You command it. You got to command your ego. You can't let it run the show, bro. If you let that golden dragon run the show completely, it's like, yo, get back in my Pokeball, bro. What are you doing? Okay. Why are you going over to those people over there to try to impress them when you have a nice, person right next to you right here that you can talk to, and then you can introduce that person to this person and then open up a bigger group, right? Why not share, right? I think we forgot sharing is caring, brother, right? Sharing is caring. Society always expects us to work and have a family. They don't want us to be peaceful. Hmm. Hmm. I'm just observing that because that's not in my belief system. Um, that they don't society expects us to work. Yeah, I guess they do in a strange way, right? They want us to fit into some kind of a scheduling or like a pattern of society. But think of all the inventors in the world, bro. You think they had a schedule? They had their own schedule. Yeah. They were crushing it at their own time. Yeah. You get what I mean? It's like you tell a monkey, take a few laps in the water next to like I don't know, like a fucking, you know, orca or something. It's not the same. The orca lives there like it's its baby. It's like it nourishes it. It nurtures its environment, right? The orcas, they're so elegantly and organically. And the monkey has to try to match the orca's territory. It's like, what the, right? So if it's not right for you, it's not right for you. You know? It's interesting, man, because I like to experience the world as alone. But if you really look at the word alone, it's all one, right? You're all at one with everything when you are alone. There is never an aloneness, really, right? And some people might look at you and be like, that's a loner, okay? Why is that a bad thing to be a loner, right? Why is that? Is it because it goes against our very social animal nature? Is it because our friends expect us to do certain things, right? The priest is the higher dimensional power. The beast is the energy, the engagement, the grit, the ferocity we have, the ability to get things done, that stuff is the beast. And the priest is speaking through all of his chakras. Get what I mean? Think about it, young Hefe, man. We discovered this on our path a little while ago. The seven under actually let's leave that part for the adepts. However, I would say if the seven energy of the seven chakras are there, right? There's seven above and also seven below. Okay. And what we discovered is the seven energy of the ones going down, that energy is a very dark energy. Okay, a very evil energy. It's the energy of the seven deadly sins sort of packaged one lower and then another one, and then you drop there lower and then you drop lower, right, in your state of consciousness. And eventually you're not even human anymore. You're either like a zero or a one, you're just like a thumbnail, or you're like everything. And you're like, fuck, that's scary, right? It's like an abysmal kind of energy, right? Where you fall. So the way I've understood this is When you drop, you create more lack, more lack on top of that lack, more lack on top of that lack on top of that lack, more lack on top of that lack on top of that lack on top of that lack, right? And it keeps going like that. So when we can say actually the energy of the motivation, that's to get people up out of the hell, out of the ground, out of the rubble, right? Shake that shit off. So the motivational speakers, you know, you deserve to grind another day. Hustle 24/7, baby. We got it. You got it. Yeah! Right? Man in a world ruled by greed creates a society that counters greed placed upon them with false protections, gatekeeping, secrecy. Yeah. So greed is not enough money, right? Greed is like that, and he's like, I don't have enough money, bro. I need more of it. It's all mine. It's nobody else's, right? It's nobody else's. If anyone even touches this diamond ring, they're fucked, right? It's that energy. Like, bro, what? Yo, the thing is, though, like high value people, imagine you had a celebrity over your home, right? Or something. You'd be like, oh, fuck, I got to rearrange some shit, right? But think about this. Why? Right? Why do you have that concept in the back of your mind that just because a celebrity's showing up, I got to clean up my home or whatever? Why? Why? What does that mean about you that you want to do that? You want to appear cool in front of them? Show them the trash, man. You get what I mean? Hey, bro, check out my messy ass, funky ass room, bro. It's lit, and it works for me. Okay. Ownership. Okay. We got to get fuel in the gas tank. Okay. Start moving again. Start moving our physical bodies. We got to play. Okay. R-rated version. Okay, let's read some of these comments. Why should a man sacrifice happiness for his wife and kids? I honestly think it's an ego death, man. Like when you're taking care of a family, a woman, right? And you're loving them, you're taking the focus out of your own self and you're sharing it with somebody else, right? So that energy, I'll agree with you here, MGTOW Brotherhood, that real marriage isn't something that the government gives you, right? Like, how can someone facilitate a mindset for you on your behalf of being with another person, right? Now, I get it. Like, you want to fit into, especially in an Indian society, bro. It's dastardly to break out of this, okay? Like, your parents will force arranged marriage on you. No cap. Okay, you got to watch out. Got to watch out, man. All right, thanks, man. Limiting belief, you're choosing that paradigm. Yeah, yeah, man. It's like beware of the paradigms you're choosing, right? Pick your battles wisely because you don't want to keep trying to preserve your sense of self, man. It's like a weird tightrope to walk on, you know? You're constantly looking for rationalizations, excuses, justifications instead of just thriving, instead of just shining, just showing your true self, you know? Shooing the old self off. Like, what the? You're back again. Get out of here, mofo. It's 2024. Right? Get with the times, get with the program, get with the new program at least. Right? The old program, you tell the old program, get with the new program. Right? We're doing this way now. And when we move with that self-improvement, with that energy, we start creating that momentum, right? Instead of waiting for the momentum to spark, like some random epiphany or random dream, like that we wait for a year on. No, it's like I get epiphanies every day, bro. What are you saying? Miracles are the norm. You just got to get out of your own way, get out of your own head. Like really realize and figure this stuff out. I've been in my own head most of my entire life, and now I feel more embodied. I feel like I'm actually within my physical body again, right? Like I feel like a human with legs and arms, and like my physical form is changing. And I recognize this power, right? I didn't have this power when I was young. But now that I recognize the journey of this, I want to sustain it. I want to preserve that state. I want to maintain it. I don't know how long I've been spitting for. I know I'm cooking. Okay. I know. I've been spewing these super hot fire. Okay. Let's do a quick card read. Okay. And I'm gonna just use the card. I'm not gonna use the cards. I'm just gonna use the guidebook. So I'm just gonna set an intention. The intention for today is, what does the audience need to know right now? Okay. The audience of Primal Sutra, all the adepts, what do they need to know right now? Most importantly, for today, for the end of this week. Okay. What do they need to know the most? Setting that intention. All right, let's check. Okay. So we have Jesus. Okay. The message is, it's important not to confuse the energy of service with charity. Okay. They're two different energies. And when you serve, it's okay for your gifts, talents, and service to be honored in an energetic exchange. Today, the light of heaven is encouraging you to recognize that you deserve to be honored for the talents you share. Jesus is here to help you move beyond any old ideas that you have to give until you are empty. You aren't here to live empty or half full. The divine plan is for you to enjoy fulfillment and abundance. Instead of asking the universe or God to use you, ask the guided to serve in a way that also serves you. When you are full and overflowing, you have more energy and resources to share with others. That's the energy of the priest piece, bro. Full and overflowing. Okay. I have an overabundance, right? The trees aren't worried, like, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll give a little bit of shade to this plant, but I don't know about that one, right? Hey, I'm just giving it shade. Does the sunlight think, oh, I'm only going to shine in this direction, maybe not the other ways, right? Is a stream going like second guessing itself, like maybe I should just break out of the bounds of this riverbed and go my own separate way and path? And all it knows is that, right? All it knows is that. All I know is that. All I know is that. Okay. Why are you priest piece? Why are you like a mystical guy? Or why are you doing spirituality and bullshit? Like, why are you doing? All I know is that. Hey, it sounds like the rhythm of like a Psy song, right? You know, Gangnam Style guy. All what allow, right? Something like that. Um, but that's lit. I don't know. See, this is like one of my guys or something, right? Because this doesn't happen automatically. You suddenly get ideas, random thoughts, downloads, right? A lot of ADHD people understand this mentality of like they get random thought streams, right, from everywhere. It's almost like they're trying to hold the frequency container of it, but it's like too much. It's like it's going multiple ways and directions, and different cartoons are blending into other cartoons. And it's like, you need to really, right? Listen to brown noise, man. Wiggle your toes around, right? Use your peripheral vision. Yawn and stack your yawns. One of my mentors taught me this. Stack your yawns. Like you're going to sneeze, bro, right? Or chica, you know? I get a weird image of a girl going like that, like she's moaning or something. But irregardless, you see? And that's just my mind. That's my dirty, rotten male mind, okay? Okay? It's just my mind. I'm just spitting what's coming up and I'm embracing and is in front of me. And I think it has something to do with facilitating my truth with the present moment. Honestly. Freedom. How do we gain freedom as a collective? Let's try this again. Openness, liberation, let yourself love and be loved. Bro, you have to let yourself be loved. You have to allow other people to like you and love you eventually. Okay? Now, it might be a different kind of love with different kind of people, but that's okay. It's still love. It's all love. It's all love because it's all one. It's I and I, as the Rastafari say. Okay? Rastafari, up to my third eye. I'm getting high. Mission is to survive. Make the human race reside in my mind. Okay? Lady Nada, Claudia, she's an aspect of Mary Magdalene as well, it says here. So some believe she's Mary's higher self, and she's one of the high priestesses of Atlantis. So she says, the journey of self-respect that you've been on is leading to a genuine experience of self-love and self-acceptance. Damn. Within you is a great love, a love that is eternal and therefore will never die. Oof. You just feel like she's fucking bowling and like we're bowling pins. Each word is like, have you stopped yourself experiencing love? Know that every facet of you is lovable. And for the world to see that, you just need to believe that it is true. The universe will take care of the rest. Imagine a divine mother, a kind divine mother saying that, right? The universe will take care of the rest. Ooh, I'm getting chills, okay? That's epic. Okay, I just pulled Rumi for a reason as well. Rumi's light is to help you move beyond the limitations of society or family traditions. Yep. Man, has anybody ever felt blocked by the culture that was imprinted on themselves, bro? Right? You got so many stereotypes thrown your way, so many random like shit talk from lower conscious people, right? Random like comments or like even weird hidden compliments, right? Or backhanded compliments, all this stuff, right? He says, simply remain in your heart and let your personal experience of the divine lead the way. It isn't inauthentic to speak to others in their language or through their wording in order to get your point across. Wow. And that frees up your language, right? You know, when we talk to a baby or younger child, we use the baby voice, right? We do that to try to get to their level. But what if you train them to also speak to that other voice, right? So they have a range of both. It's not just baby voice and it's not just adult voice. There's a range, right? So what's important is that you feel within and a deep knowing that no matter who you are or where you are loved by the power that created you. Damn. Okay. This is a man who's had a personal experience with God, right? It's very clear. Those words of Rumi, there's got to be a reason why all these spiritual communities and, repost him so many times, right? You gotta know you're in for some shit when you find like, okay, you Rumi. Yeah, we know Rumi, man. Come on, right? And it's become like almost a trope, right? It's the same thing that people latch on to these ideas of these very simple names. Think about it. Rumi, Osho, right? Who else is there? There were like short names, that we recognize. Bono, right? Prince. Who do we know who are one namers, right? Single syllabled, I don't know what to say, just like a boom, like young Hefe, after you become an old man, right? You just drop the young, right? Hefe. It's just Hefe, Holmes, like, woo! you know, it's like Bing or Google, right? Pele. There we go. Pele. Ooh. There's a code here and the simplicity of these names, right? That's why Zoom works for me. Zoom works for me. And it's also the name of this app that I'm streaming from, right? So that I think that was created for this purpose to help others to latch onto it and understand the name Sumed internationally, right? It's it's my art piece of a name that I've constructed to merge all of humanity together through my name. So my name doesn't become about me, and this is my name, and I'm Zoom. It becomes a compassionate connector to others who know that I can zoom in and zoom out in different perspectives. You see, and relate it back to my own identity. And weird is identity, guys. Okay. Strangeness, uniqueness, rareness. That's what identity is. Okay. So don't look at that and be like, that person is kind of fake. That person is kind of weird, right? They're weird, but it's working for them, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't keep doing it. They try to change some shit around, or, you know, some people are caught into a false paradigm that it actually is benefiting them when it's not. Okay, that's a different story, but you've got to know that the results are already there and you're thinking from the results. Stop trying to chase, and instead you I don't know, I don't like the word embrace. It's almost like you emboss yourself, you embed yourself into that environment wherever you're at, you know, you you trademark it as if this entire venue is yours, or wherever you're walking to, you know, you have that energy to you that this is not separate from you, this experience, this hologram movie projector in your third eye mind, right? You're seeing everything, interacting with all your senses. You're not weirded out by that. You're like, bring it on, right? I'm excited to see where this movie takes me, where I'm going with this. Okay. So really, really important keys here, guys. Okay. We talked a lot. It's been a long live video. Okay. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. You guys are we have a fucking positive community over here, man. Most of these people are depressing when they stream, right? Hi, and welcome to my video. Today, I'm gonna be talking. Okay? I used to be that. I started there, by the way. Hey there, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name... Huh? Where's your identity, your personality, your attitude? Okay? Where's that engagement with your own set of experience? I got a special set of skills that only I know what to do with. Okay? I got nunchuck skills. Okay? Just skills. Girls like guys with skills. Okay? Shout out Napoleon Dynamite. Gojo Zoro. Goku Luffy. Dang. You're right. Those are names that have been coming up for me too. Gojo. That's why I love that name. Zoro. Goku. Luffy. Yeah. Borat, right? He's my sister, you know. He's number one prostitute in all of Kazakhstan. 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 Why can't I say the word in his accent? Kazakhstan. There we go. Um, all right, guys. Screw this. I'm going home. Wait, I already am. Let's get it. Upward spiral, gang. May we never be the same again. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day, guys. Keep it 110, 111 if we really want to get those angel numbers sparking. Okay, let's get it. May you never